The Subject, developed by Darkstone Digital, is a sci-fi horror puzzle game set in deep space where prisoners are bought, sold, traded, and basically treated as property. You play as an unnamed prisoner who has been purchased for an unknown experiment. The game throws you into a maze of a lab inside of a spaceship where you are asked to complete a few tests equipped with nothing but a euthanization collar. You aren't given any more direction than this and are forced to wander around looking for anything you can interact with to trigger the next event in the game. Eventually, a monster is released into the facility with you that hunts you down relentlessly for the rest of the game. The build up to this point is scary and foreboding since you know what it's leading up to and know that you will have to run for your life. But all that tension is lost the second you actually see the monster. The monster looks like a comical sack of flesh with a breathing problem and a weird run. This quickly turns into a stress simulator instead of a scary experience. You cannot fight the monster and your only line of defense is to hide in holes in the narrow corridor walls. However, if the monster happens to see you before you crawl into the hole, it's game over anyways. This led to a frustrating loop of running around aimlessly in a confusing maze looking for the next puzzle, hoping that you wouldn't turn the corner and run into Big, Bad, and Ugly. Luckily, the monster is usually pretty easy to avoid since you are given a loud alarm that notifies you whenever he's close by. The horror elements feel like a tacked on afterthought to pad out the game since the real meat of the game seems to be its puzzles. The puzzles are challenging brain teasers that leave you with a strong sense of accomplishment when you finally figure them out. While there are a couple of bad eggs in the puzzles, overall I thought they were fun and wish the game focused more on them instead of the cheesy horror side plot. The puzzles are only made more stressful by the fact that you have to rescan your collar at really loud scan stations littered throughout the maze or else you get euthanized. Fortunately, this can all be avoided by saving at the start of every puzzle so you can just start it over if you run out of time. The game could also give the player a little more direction since I found myself wandering around wondering what I'm supposed to do next only to find there was a button or object in a previous room that is now suddenly interactable and I needed to press it before moving on. The Subject is a good puzzle game, but an awful horror game. The two elements don't mix very well, leading to an overall frustrating experience. However, if you like challenging puzzles and can handle the stress, the $10 price tag makes it a lot more appealing.